Hello again, YouTube. This is Samantha, and I'm Samantha, and I wanted to make another video on basically wedding and Jiminy Crickets. I wouldn't know what to do if it wasn't for the internet, so I figured why not post my ideas on the internet on how you or someone else can try to, formulate those plans and make it easier on yourself. Because I've seriously not been making it easy on myself. So my first thing is I wanted to point out 3 different things. And it's all about you making this for the both of you. Not just you, not just him, for the both of you. So my first thing is a big duh. It's right here. Don't be selfish. So I don't know about you, but I used to, or have still, watch those, TV shows, My Fair Wedding with David Tutera and all those sort of things. The one thing that I've learned from that is a lot of women, you see my cat. Anyways, a lot of women have a tendency to focus on themselves as opposed to focusing on the couple that they are with their soon-to-be husband. So, and that bothers me. So that was one of the biggest things that I tried to do with my planning. And there's 2 things that I did. The first thing is the locations that I chose. I tried to bring in something that both of us would love. And he does. I'm super stoked. Anyways, so where we're going to have our wedding is part of this whole madness. We're having it here at Red Rocks. You see the pretty picture. The reason why I chose, or why I suggested Red Rocks, he gave the go-ahead for it, which was a part of my last video, is to include your fiancé. Anyways, I chose this one, or I suggested it, because both of us are very outdoorsy kind of people. I got back from a run just like an hour ago. Okay, 3 hours ago. And I have camped, I've fished, I've hiked, so has he. In fact, he asked my father for if he could have my father's blessing to marry me while we were camping up in Loveland, Colorado, in fact, which I thought was really sweet. Sorry, I just got an email. But yes, so we chose this together, and it's because it's going to incorporate both of our likes. The second thing is, not the second idea, but the second part of not being selfish, for me at least, is I wanted to include something that he loves passionately. And the only really thing that he expresses, other than for myself, his love for me, is sports. Now, just so you know, my fiance is a very big introvert. He's so introverted, it's like pulling teeth to get him to express emotions sometimes. But that aside, if you can't already tell from, I think you can see the nuggets right there, but I'll show you here. So I wanted to incorporate something that we both loved as opposed to something that I just loved. And this is my example. So I'm going to take you around our room real fast. So, virtual tour. So, and the cat. So, of course, we've got the Nuggets, we've got the Avs, and the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. I'm not doing Homer Simpson wedding. We've got the Rockies, which I love going to Rockies games. And over here, we've got a good old-fashioned poster of John Elway. Little magic. But we both love our Colorado sports teams. I may not love them quite as much as he does, because I could deal without watching every single game. But it's just the way he is. Now, if I were to, as opposed to try to bring something like this, which I'll explain that in a second, if I were trying to do I don't know, let's see here. Do you see this right here? Ooh. Do you know what that's from? That calendar? That is a Game of Thrones calendar. And I could totally do a Game of Thrones wedding. Because I would enjoy it. I would enjoy it very, very much so. But I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to try to incorporate our Colorado sports teams, as many as possible. And the way I'm going to do that, just so you're aware, so it's not like, what is this chick talking about, is I'm going to have, a beautiful centerpiece on all the tables, and every table is going to be themed one of our Colorado sports teams. So we'll have the Broncos table, and the Rockies table, and the Nuggets table, etc. The way I'm going to incorporate them is very simple. It's not going to be like, bam, in your face, Colorado sports teams. It's going to be subtle. It's going to be, blue and orange accents with the Broncos table. We may do some other fun things with it. Or the Nuggets, we're going to do some blue and gold. So it's just subtle things that I'm going to do in order to incorporate something that he loves. And I love too. Maybe not as much as him, but I love it still. So that's my first thing. Don't be selfish. Try to incorporate what he likes too. Jeez. So what I was saying with all of that madness, with the trying to bring in some sports teams and other stuff, is this right here, which is my second point today. Make it your own. It's your wedding. It's his wedding. It's your guys' wedding. Or her wedding. Yours, whatever. Anyways, don't go for the mundane. Don't go simple, easy, oh yeah, we're not going to do jack. We're just going to go with these flowers, and these flowers because this person told me to. Make it your own wedding. Don't try to recreate a David Two-Chair wedding. You'll spend a lot of money, for one. And B, you're not going to have your wedding. You've got to make it your own. That's why I wanted to incorporate both the places that we both love and the things that we both love. I'm super, super excited about both of our things, both our reception and our actual ceremony that we're going to have. Because both of them are actually going to be up at Red Rock, so I'm super stoked. The last thing, so I can just cut this short here, is this right here. Do things within your budget. I mean, make a budget for one, so you're not going to go broke. You don't want to, get hitched and then, oh, honeymoon? What? We don't get a honeymoon now because we spent all our freaking money, and now it's going to be hard to live. So don't do that. Don't spend your rent money on your on your wedding. If you have to, go to the courthouse. Get married there. Then pop over, have a small party with friends and family. You don't have to go through the big wedding hype that there is. Steven and I, my fiance and I, have talked about that. We've talked about eloping. We've done everything, but we have the money, so we're going to have a wedding, and we know our family wants us to have a wedding. It's kind of, I guess the only word I can think of is expected. We want to have a wedding, and of course the family is going to be like, why aren't you going to have a wedding if we elope? So we're just going to nip that one in the butt, because there's going to be other problems down the road anyways. So that's just my basic thoughts on that. So to reiterate what I was saying, don't be selfish. Make it both of yours, not just his. And if you have to, include some of his family traditions in your wedding if they have any. And what was my second point? Oh, make it your own. Yeah, that's a big duh. Don't make it someone else's wedding. Make it your guys' wedding. And the last thing is, don't forget your budget. Do everything within your budget. Don't think that someone's gonna give you money. You have to do it on your own. You're a grown-up. If you're getting married, you're officially a grown-up. And no one's gonna pay for your wedding. You can't expect them to. That is ridiculous. And if you expect them to and they don't, what happens then? You're screwed. I'm just saying. Alright, so that's all I had to share. So, I'm going to make a couple more of these because it's just giving me something to do. I mean, I work at Target. I don't work full time, so let's go for it, people! Yay! So, yeah, enjoy this. I hope, I don't know if I said this, but I'm going to post another the link to my other video down below or to the side or wherever it's going to be. So you can watch that one too. And if you want to see more of these, keep checking back. I'll be around. Alright, bye YouTube.